Hey guys, good afternoon. Wanted to come back and do another YouTube video. I haven't done one in a while, as you guys, or if you guys didn't know, I recently had a baby, so I've definitely been, taking care of my wife and my new baby. But I found some time to get into the office today and get a video posted. So, I think it's a very important one today because you have the Federal Reserve meeting that could possibly discuss interest rates increasing, which I think that they will this year. But I just I need to kind of update you guys on what I see for the near couple weeks and where we've been. And as always, my videos are not financial advice. So I'm doing this all for educational purposes. But first and foremost, if you haven't already, and if you're viewing this now, um, you know, hit the subscribe button, guys. Got 60 subscribers. I mean, I would like to get, to 100, at least by the summer. That would be a good goal that I would have. But before I kind of get into this video that I wanted to discuss, um, you know, I would look back at probably this video on my thoughts on the stock market last July, and then you can kind of see where Bitcoin and stock market went during that time. But also here in September, I drew some lines, um, and those lines I haven't moved at all. And those were that was in September. Let's see, that was September 20th. And so September 20th was right around here. And as you can see, um, those lines played out exactly as resistances and now as major support, as you saw the recent dip there. And so anyway, so where do I think we're going and what actually happened? So what you're seeing now fundamentally is there's a Fed meeting today. There's been a lot of talk around inflation. There's been a lot of talk around interest rates. And so here later this afternoon, I think, and I expect two things to happen. Number one, if they state that, interest rates will rise, um, we'll see the market dip, probably come back into these support areas here. If not, I mean, it could get even lower. And if they do, here are the other major supports. Um, and if they don't, then I do see us chopping around this area. I mean, I still think that we still go back and test these support lines, but I do see us chopping around this area. I don't think it's going to necessarily be a quick V-shaped recovery. But I think in the next couple of weeks, things will start to kind of build up and probably go up from here if we don't have a major sell-off now. Now, if we lose these major supports, I mean, it could just get really bad. But again, if you haven't looked at my video that I also posted in here, on this one, I discussed, look, it's hard for me to see a massive major crash. And again, major crash are long terms, 6 months to a year bear market, or even longer, even like we had in 2008, 2 or 3 years, where nothing just ever goes up, it just goes down. It's just hard for me to see it until after midterm elections fundamentally. But who knows? It could start here. It could be a mini recession, maybe at least through March or April, and then the summer we go into a small bear market, and then we kind of re go back up to the end of the year. But I just want to take this sort of week by week, month by month. But anyway, so what do I expect in the near term? I do expect us to at least find these supports again, to go back down. We drastically went back up. So what, as you guys know, whatever goes down quickly will go up quickly. But in this case, I don't think we have enough energy to kind of go back up this way. So we will test some supports here. Hopefully these supports will hold. And if they do, then we're going to go back and test this resistance, probably test back this one more time, and then kind of go up from there. But this is going to take a little bit. So that's why I say, if you're not looking at the charts, full time or all day, you're going to get chopped up. And this is honestly where people like me will take profit from you guys, especially if you don't know what you're doing. So I wouldn't really try to swing trade in these areas. I would definitely try to dollar cost average in these areas and just kind of wait, wait a couple weeks. And I think it'll pay off, but don't try to do options day to day or week to week. You're going to lose money. So anyway, so I got these resistances, so these are the areas you would probably want to take profit. These would be the buying areas, right? Which is supports, right? Have a video on that, so make sure you look at those. But looking at the RSIs, and I have a video on that as well. Look at the RSIs in some of my previous videos. If we go back all the way down to the March crash, you see these RSI levels like below the 30 range, right? And we just hit that range. But if you look at it, it took almost February to March, almost a whole month for us to kind of go back and V-shape recover. So, and if we even go back here, we even see if we get below this or around this 30 and below, that they are very good buying opportunities, but sometimes you can get chopped up, right? Where you think it's a good buying opportunity and then it's not, and then it goes back down here, right? So I would just wait, dollar cost average. I mean, wait, see what the market does. And on the RSIs, I think that, it's a great dollar cost averaging opportunity. We will have to see if, just like over here, are we going to see lower? People thought this was a great buying opportunity, and then they tested resistance here around this area. Or I'm sorry, what's over here? And then we hit resistance, and then boom, we made a lower low, but then we ended up, making higher highs and going from there. But then we dropped. So it would just be safe just to dollar cost average on some of these dips. I'm giving you the opportunity here on the S&P to do it. If I can continue to find some more time to maybe do some other single stocks and do that for you, I might have some things in mind. Hopefully that'll be some goals this year. But yeah, that's kind of in a nutshell what I would look for is, look at some of these supports that are good buying opportunities. What would hold, what will not. But for the next couple of weeks, probably a full next 30 days, don't try to trade. You're going to get chopped up. Another thing I noticed was, and you can see on my previous videos, is I always talk about the EMAs. And in this case, you could always see where you have the 20, the 50, the 100, and 200. And so you would always know when to buy, right? This would be, the 50 EMA was holding, 100 was holding, would go up 100. But when they go all the way down past the 200, it's going to take a while. I mean, these could be great buying opportunities, but here's the thing: is it could also continue to go lower, right? And you don't want to get stuck in thinking that these are going to hold because they didn't. They go much lower. So that's why it's important to know these important resistance areas. But outside of those technical aspects, one of the things I started to learn that we were actually in, or have been since March of last year, is we've been in this rising wedge. That's why I have this red as resistance and then the green as support. But I started to notice we're in this rising wedge. And if I go back and I look at the rising wedge, pattern here, this actually does signal that that this would have, once this support breaks, and we confirmed it right here, then yeah, I mean, this was definitely a move right here. And the way you measure these moves is you take this, you go from the bottom to the top here. Or no, I'm sorry, not there. Take it from the top here to the bottom. and then you just kind of measure and look. I mean, it's exactly where people were taking some profits, or I'm sorry, shorting the market, because it was the exact measure, as you can kind of see in this pattern here. So interesting things. I'm still learning all these things, but everything, man, it's just crazy because everything is just part of technical analysis, looking at the charts every day. But if you don't know what you're doing, feel free to reach out. You know, I'm here to help out, especially in the markets. But again, as I said, try not to trade. It's going to be a choppy market, at least for the next couple of weeks, month. Try to dollar cost average. You have your areas, but big meeting today. Again, hit that subscribe button. Hope you guys liked it. I'll talk to you another day. Thanks, guys.